What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 11 of Back to the Basics series. In this episode, we are going to be talking about the run scheme of the trap. So stay tuned. Like I said, everybody, welcome back to the back to the Basics series. Again, like I said in the intro, this is episode 11. We're going to be talking about the trap. As you can see here, checklist like we normally start off with every episode here. We're talking about the checklist here. You can see which ones have been marked off. Though all those episodes will be linked down below in the description. So if you haven't checked those out, please go ahead and check those out. Also, channel is growing, which is great. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It helps the channel grow again and reaches other viewers, other coaches that want to learn this stuff. Again, I'm putting my own spin on these things. These are not science by any means. I've adopted from other coaches and put my little spin on it as well. So if this helps out, again, subscribe and get more content. Also, if you like this video or any of the other videos, please leave a like. Again, it helps me out a lot. It helps the channel grow, helps it be seen to other viewers, and gets the word out even more. So as you can see here on this checklist here, we're going to be talking about trap. We have a few more things to go here. We're steadily getting through these topics here. Again, I've said in a previous video, if there's any other topics that you don't see on this checklist that you'd like me to cover and talk about, put them in the comments below, send me a direct message, whatever it might be. I have no problem going over it. Also, if you have any comments, please obviously comment below as well. The feedback is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, we're going to be talking about trap today, so we're going to get into the rules now. All right, so here are the rules with the trap run scheme that I've used before. It is not one of the typical runs that I normally would carry. I typically, my offenses, I only carry about three to four runs, and trap would usually be the fourth run I would install if I was going to carry that many running plays. But it is a very quick hitting run play designed to attack the interior of the defense with trap blocks, which hence the word trap. Timing is key. So you need to time this up because there is a puller, and the running back has to get basically on his hip and follow him in through the hole. So timing is key. How do you get this timing down? Well, I highly recommend inside run periods in practice and just as many reps as you can. Rep it. In practice, that's a definite must. I mean, that goes with anything with the air raid offense. It's a smaller playbook. You can get more high reps. So, for example, what I would do with this play is if we have our inside run period, we'd have the quarterbacks, running backs, and O-line all together for a group for 10, 15 minutes. And we would just be repping trap, give them different looks as far as different fronts and just rep it like crazy from either side, either direction, while the receivers are doing individual drills themselves. So it's a good way to get some extra reps in there, as well as during the team session as well, getting reps there. But I mean, reps are key to getting this play down because, again, this is more of a timing play than anything. This is a very quick hitting play, but the timing has to be right. Otherwise, it gets bogged down there in the middle. So here are the rules here for play side. So play side tackle is going to step inside and protect the inside gap. Guard is going to down block anyone in the backside gap. If no defender is present, then climb to the second level. The center, he's going to down block anyone in that backside gap. If no defender, then climb to the nearest linebacker. The backside guard is going to then pivot and point his pulling toe directly at the inside shoulder of the defender being trapped. Trap defender is the first defender play side of the center. So the very first player, whether that is a defensive tackle, whether that's a nose tackle, whether that is a linebacker, if you're seeing more of an odd front with a 3 down lineman. Angle of pull must be tight to the line of scrimmage. So it has to be tight. You can't pull out and get much depth away from the line like you would more so with like a counter play. This has to be tight, basically just one step around, and so that he can pull through right behind the center to trap that one unblocked defender. Again, the running back is going to be right on his hip. So again, this is a very, very big time timing play. So it needs to be done very, very quickly. has to be on the center's heels. All right, so that back, or excuse me, the backside tackle, step inside and again protect the inside gap. So the tackles is pretty very similar. Got to protect that inside gap, and it's something similar that we talked about with other run plays. Is one of the number one rules for tackles is just do not let anything cross your face. And that's what I've preached to my tackles is one of the number one rules, whether it's either pass pro or even in the run schemes. If they don't have a pulling motion that they're doing, do not let anything cross your face. Do not get beat inside. All right, so the running back run a counter track aiming point is the backside leg of the center. Ride the inside hip of the pulling guard, and then once you're into the second level, once you're through the line, then you got to make your moves in the open field. Because typically, if they have two high safeties, a lot of times those two high safeties are not blocked and are coming down to try and do their run fits as well. So he's got to be. When I say counter track, that basically means he's going to give that jab step like you would a counter, just to give enough time for that guard to pull around, and then the running back is right on his hips. You can do this play from sidecar as far as the running back. You can do it at offset or even in pistol. Personally, since it's a straight ahead run, I would almost like to be running this from some sort of an offsets or pistol look, because it just the forward momentum, in my opinion, just helps a little bit more. You notice there's no rules for the quarterback. We don't have him read anybody on this. This is just a straight handoff every single time. We could technically put an RPO off of this if you wanted to, but we don't typically use the RPO. And again, like I said earlier, that the trap is not necessarily the number one run that I would choose to install. It is an option. It's a good quick hitting play, which is why I like it. A lot of times used for real short yardage, quick hitting plays, where it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, 2nd and 2. Those short yardage plays where you can quick hit a quick run play here. Whether it's going tempo to try and just catch them off guard, or just some sort of short yardage play where they're not expecting it. So no read for the quarterback as far as pulling it on here, because we're not leaving an outside defender unblocked on this play. And then the receivers, basically, their rules are just to get to the inside shoulder of their nearest defenders. If they had no nearest defender, then they're to work to the safeties as quickly as they can to prevent them from coming down and adding extra players into the box. So these are the rules, and we're going to get into some of the diagrams here. Just gonna move it ahead here real quick. And you can see just here are the example. I'm going to go over these here in a minute, but I just want to show you the differences real quick between the trap versus a 4-down lineman against a 3-down here. So typically in the 3-down right here, we quite possibly do get a double team. The rule that I like to go with a double team here is that pulling guard is going to stay with the trap block, while that backside, or excuse me, that play side guard is then going to move to the second level and try and work to that linebacker. So that is on a 3-down lineman. As you can see here in the 4-down, how the difference is that trap block right there happens, and that play side guard is immediately moving to the backside linebacker there. And again, running back, his little jab step, and then he is on the backside leg of the center, basically right on the hips. All right, again, just to show you here a little bit closer view here, just of what it would look like on a 4-down lineman set here, what the trap would look like here. Again, stepping inside, protecting that inside gap, stepping inside, protecting that inside gap. Here's the trap. The trap block is going to happen on this defender right here. He's pulling around just one step around. He's not taking a full deep pull like you would for counter to get this defensive end here. He's one step. His toe, like we said, is pointed at this blocker right here on that inside shoulder, trying to trap him and push him out this way, because this is where we want to hit this run right here. Center is going to down block down. Backside guard is going to then move to the second level here. And this is where we're supposed to hit this run right here. And from here, running back reads these blocks, hopefully falls in line with this guard here, reaching the second level here. Again, this linebacker right here is technically unblocked. Now, this linebacker also might be, depending on how they have their safeties aligned and what their responsibilities are, this linebacker might also be walked out too over the slot receiver, and they might just have two high safeties at the hash marks. If that was the case, then this linebacker would be the responsibility of the Z receiver, and he would have to get here to inside shoulder him to the outside. And then that would obviously leave the two safeties basically unblocked to work their way in to try and get a run fit. In that point, it's up to the running back in the open field to try and make a move and get as much yardage as you can. But again, this is a quick hitting play, not necessarily designed to blow off huge runs. It's one of those ones where it's quick hitting to get those easy yards, short down and distance play here, and again, used it for going tempo. If say, for example, we were on a first down, got 6 or 7 yards on some sort of maybe quick game pass play. We immediately go tempo real fast, and we'll just call a trap play real quick before the defense can even get set. Because as far as the O line here, not much as far as pulling. That it's not a slow developing play. It's really quick hitting, so we can run tempo. We can get set up real quick before the defense even has a chance to really align to what we're doing. So that's one reason why I like to use the trap, is just for those quick hitting plays and going tempo real quick, trying to get this defense off guard. All right, now here's the example, same play. Now we just have a 3 down front here. So like I talked about earlier in the video, sometimes we might end up with this little double team here. The rule would be that pulling guard stays with that trap block while the backside, or excuse me, the play side guard here disengages and then moves to the nearest linebacker here. Now, things obviously could change if, for example, the position of this player is further out here. Okay, obviously that trap block would come still further out here, but this guard instead would move here, protect the inside gap, depending on where. So in other words, depending on what this player did, if he went here, right guard would chip him and move to the linebacker here, and left guard would again pull around and trap block him, and then that hole would be that much larger. So it really depends on where he's at for the double team, but typically on a 3 down lineman set, he's going to be probably in this direction or even head up of the center. If he's head up over the center again, he's still going to work to the back to cover the backside. So if that means that he has to engage him for a split second, then disengage and get to the linebacker, then so be it. So typically this is what we would do, what we teach, because that's the typical positioning of a 3 down lineman set based on where the running back is, where that nose tackle more likely would be, either head up or opposite of where that running back is. So this is just the different look based on a 3 down lineman look here, and how we would potentially block it here. Again, even still, the front does not matter. Still, it's a quick hitting play, and as you can see, just based on this scenario here, safeties again are unblocked, so that would be up to the running back to try and make his someone miss in the open field and get as many yards as you can. But again, like I said, it's not necessarily a play designed to just pop off 80-yard runs every time. This is quick hitting play to get those quick, easy yards. So here we're going to show just a basic the trap in motion here. And the whole point is, obviously it's not game speed here, but this does do a good job of showing the speed of the run. And what I want to really focus in on is how important it is for the running back to be on the hips of this pulling guard right here. All right, he's the trap blocker. Then this is the trap defender. Running back really needs to be right on his hip, following him through the hole, because again, we're trying to get these attack the defense right here in this portion. So follow in behind him. Again, this linebacker in this scenario is going to be unblocked, as well as the safeties. So like I said earlier in the video, this is not a play that's typically meant to bust out 60 yards. It can, however, we're trying to get these easy yardage right here, anywhere from 4 to 5 yards a pop here with this one. Again, like I said, I've liked to use this play after a good play, whether it be on first down or even on second down, and it's a real manageable third down, real manageable second down as far as the yardage is concerned, and trying to just get up to the line as quick as possible and run this play, because it's such a fast moving play. that it can catch the defense off guard, especially if you're running a lot of inside zone and then a lot of counter. Have showing this kind of a run play here also helps to throw the defense off. So just want to show this real quick, just show the movement of it here. You can see that's where it's supposed to hit right there. Play through one more time here. There we go. We'll do it one more time here. So he pulls, center's going to get this backside linebacker here. Tackles are protecting their inside gaps here. Now, obviously, I don't have the defensive line moving here, as you can see. And this is against a three-man front here. So showing the three-man front view here first. So actually that linebacker that I thought was a foreman. I apologize. So again, tackles protecting their inside gaps first. Now these defensive ends more than likely are going to be coming to the outside. So they would step here, then protect, step here, protect. They'd be looking here first to try and guard this inside gap here. Center down blocks, nobody there. Moves to this backside linebacker here. He protects inside gap here because this nose tackle more likely come here. They engage in the double team. This guard then disengages and moves to the linebacker here. Here's the counter step here. Just gives the guard enough time to clear, just barely. And as you can see, running back's right on his hips here, and he's through the hole. This is the four-man front here. I apologize for my mistake. So this is the four-man front here. Again, I'm putting movement into the defense here just to show the basic movement of what they probably would do, especially if they're playing some sort of zone. So you're going to see these defenders, especially in the secondary, the back seven, they are going to drop and then come back into the play because they realize that it's a run play. So typical movement safeties, if they're in a cover two, they're going to drop back into a cover two and then come back once they realize that is a run play. Linebacker, same thing. They're going to drop into their respective zones and then all of a sudden come back and realize it's a run play, then come back in and try and make the play. Warner, same thing, but we're more focused on this portion of the field here. Again, I've been repeating, I must have said it 20 times already in this video. This is a quick hitting run play. So we're happy with 5 yards, 5-6 yards a pop on this play. Now, if we can bust for 60, 70 yards for a touchdown, absolutely would definitely take that, obviously. But it's not necessarily a play designed for that. It's for those real fast, easy yards that we can get in the interior of the defense by trapping a player and showing a different type of scheme as far as the blocking is concerned that the defense is not necessarily ready for. So which, you're not going to typically run trap, I would say, 15, 16 times a game. This is one of those ones where you hit them with zone, hit them with zone, hit them with power, hit them with counter, and then all of a sudden pop a trap off, and they're not expecting that sort of a blocking scheme, and it enables you to get those 5-6 yards. So that's why I like to use it with tempo a lot, is because we can get to the line and it's not as long of a developing play as some of the other play of running schemes, in my opinion. We can run through it real quick and attack that easy yardage here in the middle of the defense based on the confusion that we are giving them with the blocking scheme that the trap provides. Run through here. As you can see, again, I'm not having the defensive line move. Now they would obviously move. It's easier to do it this way just to show you the blocking setup here. But obviously they would move to the blocking schemes. It wouldn't happen necessarily right there. But again, as you can see, tackles, the rules, protect that inside gap, then block that defensive end. Center blocks down here. Okay. Guard on the play side here. Nobody inside gap. He immediately moves the second level here. Pulls around. Here's the trap man right here that he's going to pick up because he'll be right about right here. So that hole will spring right here. Running back takes his counter track, comes back in right behind the guard, and he's up the field. Now you can see this linebacker is unblocked. But if we're expecting him to drop into his zone, he would drop further into his zone. Now, with this little app here, he's not going to turn his back. He would drop with his eyes towards the line of scrimmage, obviously. He's a good player. He's a good defensive player. That's what he would do. He would just drop and put his back to the offense immediately like that. So he drops and then realizes the run play. And in a perfect world, this is how it would work out, where he basically drops himself out of position to make a play and then realizes by that point it's a run play and has to fit back in here. But at that point, the running back is past the point of attack and past the line of scrimmage and up the field. So in a perfect world, obviously that's what would happen. So that's what I kind of drew up here in this little diagram. So you can see at that point he's out of position and running back is already through the hole and up the field. And at this point, the safety right here in this scenario is the only unblocked defender. So with what we're hoping is he comes down, tries to make a play, running back obviously tries to make a move in the open field, hopefully burns him, and he's up the field for 60 and a touchdown. That's the perfect world, obviously. But the trap, again, rarely, in my opinion, or at least my experience, I should say, hits this play off for 60, 70 yards for a touchdown. It's one of those ones where it's getting those quick, easy yards in the middle of the defense based on a blocking scheme that is not shown very often. And typically, I mean, the trap is not necessarily used very much by air raid teams that I've seen. It's just another nice little play, in my opinion, to have in your arsenal, just so you can throw this scheme. And it's a very easy play to teach, very easy to install. The key, like I said earlier in the video, is the timing. It's just trying to get that timing down so that that running back is on the hips of that pulling guard, so that for one, he's tough to locate at the line of scrimmage, and two, he can just read that trap block quickly and then make a cut, and he's up the field. So this is why I like the trap. Again, not one of the first run plays that I install. Typically, it's one of those things where it's progressed in more so towards the middle of the year, just to add another little run scheme we can throw at the defense. But I do like the trap because it does provide that quick speed advantage as far as a developing play. And again, like I've said multiple times already, I like to use it in tempo situations where we are trying to catch the defense off guard and we just go tempo real quick to try and get some easy free yards without the defense being able to get set, and they just get in their normal positions. They can't, we get to the line as fast as possible and not allow them necessarily to get a call from the sidelines as far as throwing in some sort of a different look, different blitz. And it's mainly used for me to, again, catch the defense off guard. So this was the video on trap. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, please leave a like if you like this video. Also, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot, helps the channel grow. But I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.